Hi everyone, I wanted to make a quick video showing the newest Caviar Mini with top handle from the 21 Spring Summer collection. This is the beige with aged gold hardware. I think it also came in white, black, and some other seasonal colors like the iridescent silver and gold as well. This comes with the same kind of structure as the other minis, except the only main difference is really the addition of this top handle here. Inside is fully leather lined. This one is made in Italy, and it has the typical back pocket seen on all the other classic bags. The strap is pretty much the same length as the other mini, which I'll show you in a second, but I'm just gonna go over a couple things why this bag didn't work for me and why I'm selling it. So the bag itself is kind of this shiny caviar. You can see here it's very fine grain caviar compared to the other caviar that comes on the classic bags. And this kind of gives it I think some people described it as a plasticky look, but it is very shiny looking from up close. From far away, it does look somewhat suede. I was talking to my boyfriend and he did think it looked more suede than shiny from far away, and especially with the aged gold hardware, they probably did this on purpose just to make it look less shiny overall, but it looked somewhat dull from far away and gave it a more fuzzy look, in my opinion. I do have one other mini, which I will show you, and I wanted to compare with that one as well, which is another reason why this bag isn't going to be staying in my collection, but I wanted to compare it here. This is the classic mini from I think 20B collection. I got it last fall, and this mini is, you know, the black lambskin with silver hardware. I've only had it for a couple months and I've used it pretty often, probably maybe 1 or 2 times a month. I mean, during COVID, we're not really going a lot of places, but when I did use it pretty frequently when it was short trips. The strap, this top handle, the strap comes out from the side, so it's actually, you can't tuck it in the same way this strap can tuck in like this, which I find somewhat of a inconvenience, because then the strap, you can tuck it inside, but it will kind of leave these marks on top of the caviar. And I did notice this caviar is a little more prone to getting marks. I'm sure over time it will just come out fine, but with lambskin, I think the minis are so luxurious looking because of the lambskin. And I don't know if it's because I was used to this one in silver hardware that this one just looked so much more kind of luxurious overall compared to kind of that fuzzy look that I was describing with this bag. I also wanted to compare it with the classic flap in the medium size. So size-wise, it's very similar to the regular mini. So obviously when compared to the medium classic flap, it's going to be quite smaller, but it's pretty much capacity-wise, I feel like very similar, because I don't overstuff my medium classic flap. And when it comes to the amount that this can carry before it gets too heavy on your shoulder, I think the amount that I carry in both of these bags is very similar. And you can see the difference between the hardware here. I mean, I have the sticker still on the bag, but with the aged gold hardware, it's very dull looking compared to the shiny gold on the classic flap. And another reason why I think every bag is beautiful on its own, of course, but when it comes to deciding which bag to keep in your collection, because these bags are so expensive, and unless you are, you know, financially able to keep and hoard all these bags from every seasonal bag that you fall in love with, I really want to make sure each bag has a purpose in my collection. And since my bag collection isn't really that big, I try to keep it that way, because then I feel like I'm neglecting the other ones that I have. I also picked up this Beige Trendy CC. This is the size small, and I just put this Hermes totally on it to protect the handle because it's a lighter color. And when I was looking for a bag from this collection, I really wanted a light colored neutral bag that I could wear, especially now that it's getting warmer, and in California the sun's out pretty much every day, and we're lucky to be able to have a lot of dry weather here to wear these bags. But this pretty much kind of checked off that neutral bag that I was missing in my collection. And capacity wise, this is bigger. This can fit more than the medium classic flap, and definitely more than the mini. Overall, they're very different looks. This is, you know, lambskin and very kind of formal looking, but at the same time can be dressed down. I think the cool toned, or it is more cool toned than the beige, but the way I looked at it with my typical wardrobe, either one worked fine. And if anything, the beige trendy matched more with what I normally wear. And when it comes to price, this was retail at $4,300, and compared to the normal minis, which I think are at $4,000 retail now, it is a little more expensive, but for just the top handle and the chain being on the outside. I forgot to compare, but the chain on this classic mini is actually thicker than the chain on this new mini, and it feels daintier and kind of more like a little necklace chain rather than a bag chain. And over time I can definitely see it kind of digging into your shoulder if you have too much stuff in the little mini. As I was saying, this beige kind of took over or checked off that neutral bag I was looking for in my collection, and that's probably the biggest reason why I'm not keeping this, because when I'm buying multiple bags from one season, I want to make sure I'm not kind of just hoarding because they're all pretty, and that I'll actually reach for them just the same. And it was just very hard to decide between these two because I don't want to keep two minis in my collection. And this one, because it's black and the silver, I think makes it more casual, but I definitely would reach for it a lot more because I wear a lot more dark pants and just dark clothing overall, despite it being very sunny here in California. Lastly, I wanted to show a comparison between the beige and this new pink. So this pink is from 20S as well, and it's just the compact wallet with this trifold. Oops. So this pink, I think, retailed at $900, and I don't think it would fit in this mini. Well, if it did, it would take up a lot of space. Yep, it fits, but I would not carry this wallet with this bag anyway because it just would take up the whole space in the bag. But yeah, this pink is, I think they refer it to the lilac pink, and it's definitely more like true light pink compared to the 21 Cruise pink, I think, that came out. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to adjust everything for a good photo. All right, so I think that's pretty much it why I'm not keeping this mini. I'm sure there will be someone who loves the bag more than me, and unfortunately I'm outside the return window, and the store that I bought this from isn't close to me anyway, so I wouldn't be able to stop by and get it. But overall, I think it's a beautiful bag on its own. Just the chain coming out from the side and not being able to really tuck it in, and this top handle somewhat being in the way when I wear a crossbody. It looks odd on me because when you wear the bag crossbody, it kind of goes like this, and I'm not the most petite. I'm probably a size 6 on average, and this chain will just look like this and it'll hang like this. So I'll try to include some pictures, but I do have more mod shots on my Instagram. So yep, that was my kind of brief review and reason why I'm not keeping this new hot beige mini, timeless classic mini with top handle. If you are interested in buying it, please let me know in the comments, but otherwise I'll probably be checking Fashion File or The Real Real to see what quote I can get. But yeah, I know if, you know, I had all the money in the world, I would just let this sit in my closet and wear it every now and then, and probably let it appreciate for a couple years and see if I actually do use it. But otherwise, it's not a keeper for me, unfortunately. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Bye.